Alright, so this chapter is all about Bran Stark, one of the youngest sons of Lord Eddard Stark of Winterfell. Right now he's paralyzed after falling from a tower, which we'll find out more about later, and he's stuck in a room, unable to walk, watching the world move on without him. So, what's actually going on? Let's see. Bran is sitting at his window, watching his little brother Rickon playing outside in the yard with the direwolves. Rickon's laughing like crazy as the wolves chase him around. Greywind always gets to him first, then Shaggy Dog tries to keep the others away. And Bran's own wolf, Summer, follows silently. Summer's more alert and smart. Bran thinks he's the smartest of the bunch. But as he watches Rickon running around and having fun, Bran gets sad. His legs don't work anymore. He wants to be out there too, running, laughing, climbing, but he can't. He remembers a dream he had, where a crow promised he could fly, but now all that feels like a lie. He's angry, bitter, and trying hard not to cry. He tells old Nan, the ancient woman who's always looking after him now, that the crow lied. She tries to cheer him up with stories, but Bran's not in the mood. He lashes out at her, says he hates her stories. Old Nan just keeps smiling, calm and wise, like she's seen it all. And she kinda has. She's been around since even Bran's father was a boy. Her family's mostly gone now. Her kids, grandkids, except for Hodor, the giant stable boy who can only say his name. Bran doesn't want stories. He wants his family back. His parents are gone, his sisters too. Even Jon Snow, his half-brother, is far away at the wall. It feels like everyone left him when he was broken. And Robb, his older brother, is trying to be all grown up now. He's acting like the Lord of Winterfell, serious all the time, practicing sword fighting, going over boring papers with Maester Luwin. He barely even has time for Bran or Rickon anymore. Old Nan tries again, offering to tell him his favorite story, Brandon the Builder. But Bran's like, that was never my favorite. What he really liked were the scary stories. Perfect. Old Nan knows exactly what to do. She leans in and drops that iconic line. "Oh, my sweet summer child, what do you know of fear?" And then she starts telling the legend of the long night. When winter lasted a generation, when people died in darkness, when White Walkers, the others, came from the cold north with their armies of the dead, riding pale horses and bringing death to everything living. It's chilling. She talks about how the last hero set out to find the children of the forest, the ancient beings who might help fight back. He had a sword, a horse, a dog, and 12 companions. But one by one, they all died. His sword shattered in the cold, and the others hunted him down with giant white spiders. It's creepy and vivid. Bran's hanging on every word. And then the door bangs open, total mood break. Bran jumps, but it's just Maester Luwin and Hodor. They've got visitors, important ones. Tyrion Lannister and some men from the Night's Watch. Bran doesn't want to go, but old Nan says stories can wait. Visitors can't. Hodor picks Bran up like he's a sack of flour, all gentle and smiling like always. He carries him through the castle to the hall, where Robb's already meeting with the guests. Robb's trying hard to act like a proper lord. He's even got his sword drawn across his knees, a subtle way of showing he's ready for trouble. And the tension's thick. Tyrion notices it immediately and throws some sass Robb's way. Robb fires back, calling himself the Lord of Winterfell. Tyrion claps back, saying Jon Snow has more of Ned Stark's grace than Robb does. And that's when Bran blurts out, "Jon!" from Hodor's arms. Tyrion turns, surprised to see Bran alive. Robb tells Hodor to bring Bran forward, and they place him in the high seat, the seat of the Lords of Winterfell. It's too big for him, makes him feel small. But Tyrion doesn't come to mock him. He actually brings a gift, a special saddle design. With it, Bran might be able to ride again. He explains how it'll work, a specially trained horse and a saddle built for someone who can't use their legs. At first, Bran's unsure. Maybe it's another lie. But Tyrion says something that hits deep.
On horseback, you'll be as tall as any of them.
That line changes everything. Bran dares to hope again. Robb, suspicious, asks why Tyrion would help. And Tyrion gives a line that defines him.
I have a tender spot for cripples, bastards, and broken things.
He says Jon Snow asked him to do it. Just then, Rickon bursts into the hall with the wolves, and suddenly things get dangerous. The wolves growl at Tyrion. One lunges. Shaggy Dog comes from behind. The dire wolves are about to attack, sensing something off about Tyrion. Bran, from his seat, shouts out and calls Summer off. Robb calls Greywind. Rickon calls Shaggy Dog. Just in time, they all back down. Tyrion brushes it off with a joke, but the moment was tense. Robb tries to patch things up and offers Tyrion a place to stay at Winterfell. But Tyrion refuses. He says he'll stay in the inn instead. No false hospitality. And with that he leaves. That night, Bran feasts in the hall with the Night's Watch visitors. There's food and warmth, but also news. Robb asks about Uncle Benjen, and that's when the bad news drops. Benjen's missing. He went out looking for someone and hasn't come back. Most likely he's dead, says Yoren. Robb gets angry and insists Benjen's alive. Bran thinks of old Nan's story, the last hero hunted by the others, and says the children of the forest will help Benjen. The adults try to shut him down, saying those stories are long gone. But Yoren, old and crusty, says past the wall, who knows what's real? Up there, things are different. Later that night, Robb carries Bran up to bed himself. It's a rare moment where Robb isn't acting like a lord, just a big brother again. They talk in the dark. Robb promises they'll find a horse for Bran, that maybe their mom will be home soon, that maybe they'll ride to the wall together to surprise Jon. It's hopeful and sad all at once. Bran calls it an adventure. Robb smiles through his tears. They hold hands in the dark, brothers again. Bran falls asleep and dreams of climbing, that same endless climb through the clouds. He's scared, slipping, clinging. He sees gargoyles with glowing red eyes, whispering terrible things. He tries to shut it out, but they move. They come for him. He cries out, terrified, and wakes up, gasping. There's a shadow over him. It's just Hodor, lighting a candle. Relief washes over him. Hodor cleans him up, gets him dressed, and carries him down to the great hall again for dinner. There they eat, they laugh, and Bran hugs Summer tight. I can ride now, he whispers. We'll hunt again. Wait and see. So that's how this chapter wraps up, full of pain, hope, scary legends, dire wolves, and one very clever little Lannister who might have just changed Bran's life forever. If you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next chapter. And hey, if you haven't seen the previous ones yet, go check those out too. They're all connected.